Hello Leute, today I'm going to react to a video from Deanna and Phil. I've watched them for a long time, a couple years. I've seen this video years ago, I don't remember it though. Just decided to react to it. I did one for a German's perspective about America's not to do, so I'm just going to watch both perspectives of what not to do in Germany. Just to see, I don't know. But follow Deanna and Phil, they're good people. They're funny. They eat a lot of food too, or do a lot of food reviews. I don't know if they eat a lot of food, but they do a lot of food reviews. They're good times.
What's up, everybody? We are
What's
Deanna
up?
and Phil. Deanna is
Deanna
from the
and
United States,
Phil,
and I
dude.
am
These guys
from
are
Germany.
awesome.
And in this video, we're going
Yeah,
over
the way they met was
16
kinda
things
crazy,
that
too. It
you
was like a
should
language
not
class.
do in Germany.
That's pretty wild.
Alright, so some of these things are
In
a little
Singapore,
more
like not
serious,
Singapore,
and
I
some
think
of them are
Thailand,
going to be pretty
some other
funny,
country.
so let's just get right into it.
Can't
All
remember
right,
full
number
story.
one, you should never recycle wrong or throw away
Don't
your pfand.
do it.
Pafund!
Dude, where I
So
live, it's a
Germany
pain in the
is a
ass
pretty
recycle.
green
I
country,
still do
and
it, but
people
you have to like
tend
go
to
out of
take
your
their
way
recycling
to
pretty
recycle
serious.
things. Like a
So
drive,
if
like
you're
it's like
here,
4
you
or
should
5
not just
miles
throw everything in one bucket,
in the middle of the
but
desert.
separate
There's
it between
just
plastic,
random
metal,
bins.
paper.
I lived in the
rest,
city, it
and
was a
all
lot
that good
easier.
stuff. I
Like
don't
they
even
gave you
know how
containers,
many
they
there are.
labeled
So
all the
fund is a
containers and what goes
deposit where you
where.
pay a little extra on
just take
bottles
care
or
of it.
cans,
So I bet there's a lot of
and
people
you'll
that don't
usually return them
recycle.
at a little machine in the supermarkets where you get a voucher and your money
They
back.
do this in
for
Oregon,
doing a
Portland.
good thing.
I lived there,
so
they did
never
this.
throw away your
Only with
fun
glass,
bottle.
though, I think.
Pafund.
No.
Number two,
No.
you should never drive on the left
to.
or the middle lane of the Autobahn.
have
There's
the same
actually
rule,
a
man, but
law
they do
in
it.
place that
And it's
requires
annoying as
you
hell.
to drive on the right lane on the Autobahn
probably the biggest
at all
complaint I
times,
have about our
unless
highways.
you're overtaking
There's a
somebody.
lot to
So
complain
if you're
about
not
our
planning
highways,
to go
but
super fast and overtake a lot of
people that
people,
don't get
you're
over
required
is
to drive on
annoying.
the right lane. So don't drive in the middle or the left lane slowly and block traffic.
it's against the law, but
because
nobody
people
enforces
will
it.
get aggressive.
And honk. Number three, don't walk in the bicycle lanes. In Germany, there are a lot of different bicycle
seen
lanes
videos
in and
about
out of the
this.
city, and especially
kinda
in student
funny.
towns,
People
there'll
get
be a lot of
mad, dude, you
bikers.
stand in the bike
so
lane
don't
in
walk
Germany.
in them. Walk in the pedestrian zones or
We
a
have bike lanes,
sidewalk.
bikers,
That's
but they
what
don't
they're
even
for.
use them.
Number
Sometimes use the
four,
road
do
instead,
not
just get in your way.
address strangers using
Which is
their
fine.
first name. It is kind of funny, but in Germany, for the
interesting. Sie and
word
du.
you, if you address somebody, we have two versions. There is du and there is sie. And sie is a polite version. It also implies that sie, you're on a last name basis.
Interesting.
So that is the polite version to use. And if you meet somebody for the first time, or especially an elder person, you use the polite form. You do not use their first name. You are
just
on
have
a
to be
last
polite
name
with our
basis
words and
and
our
use
tones.
the
We don't
sie
really have a
instead
formal
of
way
the
of saying
du.
you
And
or-
if you get to know a person very well and you're on a friend basis, on a first name basis, then it's fine to use the first name and the du. Du Deanna.
Du Diana.
Dude, Deanna.
Number five,
Phil.
don't use public transportation without a ticket.
Yeah.
A lot of the public transportation systems are
people that do that ruin it
controllable,
for
and there'll
people
be men
paying.
and women who just appear once the ride has started to check on everyone.
We have a lot
to
of
see if they
ferry
have a
systems
ticket.
on like
Yeah,
the west
they're
side of the state
undercover.
I'm in.
The fines are usually
And you can
kind
cheat
of
those
high
sometimes.
or out of proportion with the ticket prices.
Yeah.
A number I
Once you
always
get on
have
the
in my
boat,
mind
then
is
nobody's
60
checking
euros,
anyway.
but nowadays it
I don't
might
think
be
they leave you
even
a
more
ticket
like
anymore.
80 or 100.
It's not worth it.
Okay, number 6, and this is a little bit more of a serious one. You should never show the Nazi salute
shit.
or joke about Nazis
What?
in Germany. Of course, because of the history in Germany, it's kind of a forbidden thing to do, and most of the
Dude, if you're
Germans
going over to Germany
nowadays were
doing
kind
this,
of raised by this post-World
your
War
family hates
II
you.
anti-Nazi generation. If another person comes to the country and does anything Nazi-related,
Yeah.
it's so out of our minds that it's so weird that the world still
crazy.
thinks that. So that's quite offensive, and
Can you
should
talk
never,
about, like, the
ever
history
do
of it,
that.
though, with
and by the
people?
way,
Like,
the
what if
same
they're
thing also
curious?
applies to sing the old version of the national
Oh, yeah.
anthem. And I
Deutschland
think
über
around the world,
alles.
a couple of people still think that might be it.
I've heard
And it's
both
the one with the
versions.
Deutschland, Deutschland über alles. That is the Nazi anthem. You're not allowed to sing that anymore. The real one is Einigkeit und Recht und Freiheit, blah, blah, blah. That's the newer
Blah, blah,
national
blah.
anthem, and that's the only one that's supposed to be sung in Germany.
Makes
Number
sense too.
7,
good
don't
rule.
gossip in English in public.
Oh, dude.
Most Germans have a very decent grasp of English, and they'll probably
I just started
understand
learning
you. I
Spanish,
know it's
man. I
very
can pick up
common
people
when people
talking
go to
crap
other
about other
countries,
people.
they tend to
Other
gossip in
gossip.
another language. I've heard it spoken in a different
People
languages
speak
all
way
the
more
time,
Spanish here
and it's a
than they do
little
German. Like, I don't know any
uncomfortable and
German
embarrassing
speakers.
when other people
why I'm
understand
here.
you. So to avoid uncomfortable situations like that, gossip behind their back.
Right?
Number
Do it the right way.
8.
You know?
You should never disrespect the German quiet hours.
This should be global.
So every day, or rather every night, from 10 p.m.
what I mean?
till 6 or 7 a.m. the next morning.
People shouldn't be
in
mowing their
Germany,
grass at 6
by
in the
law,
morning
there are
on a
quiet
Tuesday.
hours. So you're not supposed to like play
These
loud music,
landscapers
do
start
construction
so
or
early,
anything
which is
like that.
understandable.
Most
I
of the
get it, but
country
damn.
kind of abides by that rule,
Stay
which
away
means
from my
there's
window.
very little noise pollution during the night when you're trying to sleep or relax. And I think it's a kind of a nice thing. So if you do that, the Germans probably will call the police on you because they think they're in the right and they do that and the police knocks and like turn it down. Never
This is
ever
like a Sunday
disrespect
afternoon he's
the quiet
talking about,
hours.
not like a Friday
Alright,
night.
so before we continue with the video, we want to take a quick moment to remind you guys, please go and like the video. It helps us out a lot. We're still a small channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. I can see that about 80% of the viewers are
Yeah,
not
that's
subscribed
crazy.
to the
Mine's like
channel.
98%.
Also, if you want to further support us, you can do that on Patreon. We have a Patreon page. It's
Patreon.
patreon.com/Deanna and Phil.
So number 9, don't solely rely on credit card payments.
That'd be weird.
In
I
Germany,
don't
there's
carry
still a
cash
lot
at
of
all.
things that are pretty cash-based, and sometimes your
don't
credit
need
card
it.
will even be rejected from a stall or bakery or a vendor.
I can't remember the last
so
time
it's
someone
important
didn't take
to note
debit card.
and make sure you
Machines
have
had
cash
busted.
on you. So number 10,
Did a machine bust at a
don't
restaurant?
expect
And they just
small
let us have our
talk.
food for
If you're
free.
from the South and you're used to the good old Southern American small talk,
Yeah, small
that's
talk.
not going to happen. And it's not trying to be rude, it's just a cultural difference. So don't expect to chat with a random
Sounds
stranger
good to
about the
me.
weather or something.
Number 11 is do not expect free water anywhere.
water? What do you mean?
So if you're used to the American
Gotta
way,
pay
you
for
go to a
water?
restaurant
Oh, you guys don't
and the
drink
waiter
normal
comes
water,
right
though.
away with a nice
You drink
bucket
that
of
bubbly
cold-ass
stuff.
water and refills you for free all evening long. That is not a thing in Germany, and you should not expect that. I think it's quite of a
Drink
dumb
tap water,
thing,
dude. I'd
but
prefer
water
that out
in
of the
German
hose, dude.
restaurants is quite expensive and most of the times even bubbly.
Sprudelwasser.
Sprudelwasser.
So in some
That's
places
new.
you could actually ask for
how
tap
I know it's
water
good,
and
man.
potentially get it for free, but a lot of places
Sprudelwasser.
don't even do that, and if they do, it might be a little frowned upon. But in general, you should not expect free water everywhere. Number
No
12.
free water.
Do not enter a house with your shoes on.
This is a weird
so
one.
all around
Not
Germany,
weird, but it's
pretty
50-50
common
here
to
for
take
sure.
off your shoes if you enter somebody else's house.
I have house shoe.
Or at least you should ask if you should take your shoes off. And sometimes they say no, you don't
Yeah,
have to.
don't even
But
ask.
a lot of times
We have people that won't
take their
say
shoes
anything
off
at
right
all.
at
You're
the
supposed to know
entrance,
by what the
leave
owner
them
is
there,
doing,
and
or
then
your
just
friend,
walk
or whoever
around
brought you to
in
the
your
house.
socks.
Leave your dirty shoes in the front.
But if you leave them on, they don't say
I'm
anything
kind of
until you
curious
leave.
how many of the households do that. I would say the
think it's
majority
50-50.
of the households in Germany do that thing and do not walk around with their shoes on. Maybe let us know in the
Take my
comments
shoes
below
off though, because
if
I'm in
you
the
had to
desert.
take your shoes
I'm always
off
outside
at your
doing
parents'
stuff, but I
house,
got
or how
something
you
always
do
on the
it at
bottom
the
of my
moment.
shoe. If
So
nothing,
number
I'm sand,
13, don't give advance birthday wishes.
the-
Even if it's
Never?
a day before someone's birthday and you will not see them on their
superstitions, yeah.
birthday, do not wish them a happy birthday.
It's not their birthday yet.
I learned that
Dude,
after
we'll party,
coming to
like,
Germany.
weeks
You are not allowed to wish them a happy birthday
beforehand
until
or
on their
afterhand.
birthday or
Afterhand.
after their birthday.
Yeah, and I was surprised to learn in the US that a lot of people do that actually.
Oh
Some
yeah.
people will have a party a week in advance if that just works
Very
with their
common,
schedule.
dude.
So much bad luck. Number 14 is kind of a very serious one.
Should wait till he
You
finds
should
out when he
never,
proposed without
ever
looking- eye
expect
contact.
to be dressed in a sauna
That's how it should
on
be.
every beach. All right, this
Wearing
is kind of a
clothes in the
funny one. We
sauna
just
doesn't
wanted to
make
throw that
sense.
in there.
It's like
In
wearing a
Germany,
t-shirt in
a
the pool. It
sauna,
is just- what are you
usually
doing?
You are naked. You go in with a towel
go look at
and
other
then you take
people,
it
but
off
it's
or
better to be
whatever, But
comfortable.
you are actually not allowed to wear any clothing.
they just
if
don't
you
even
wear
let it happen.
clothing in there, people can get the whatever security or supervisors and they'll throw
Man,
you
these
out
people are
or
so
make
bad. They're
you
like, you gotta
undressed.
take.
You must be naked.
Try that in America.
Yeah, there are also parts of beaches in Germany that are especially for nakedness,
been to nude
nudity.
beaches. I know they exist.
Yeah, nude beaches. We call it FKK, Freikörperkultur. And on these beaches,
Free
you
skin,
have to
dude.
be naked. It's
What's
not
up?
allowed to wear any clothes.
Like fully
Stupid.
naked?
Those
Yeah,
O's,
fully
man.
naked.
Yeah, so I've yet to go to a nude beach or
No,
a
skin.
nude sauna, but
Or
I'm
body.
open to it.
Ho ho. Should I be concerned?
Why? Just gonna be a whole bunch of older people. So number 15, don't abandon your shopping cart. I feel like in
Yeah.
the US sometimes there'll be shopping carts
Sometimes.
spread throughout
Like
the
every
parking
day.
lot, and they'll just be
At
like
any
a
given
shopping
moment.
cart ghost town. In Germany, that is not the case. You need a coin to access a cart, and you also want your coin back, so you have to return the cart to
They're
get
starting
your coin
this in
back.
the United
And
States.
it's a
I've
good
seen
system.
pictures
It's
on
nice,
Facebook
and there's
stuff.
not abandoned
It's an
shopping
Aldi though.
carts
We're getting
everywhere.
Aldis now.
And our
Not
last
where I'm
point,
at, but-
point number 16, is in Germany, you should not jaywalk.
We ain't in New
Don't
York
do
City.
it.
Yeah, but we're kind of in Berlin, so
Nobody gets
let's
tickets for
say
jaywalking
you should
here.
not, but
No
a
one
lot
even
of
gets
people still
reprimanded, like-
do it. Although I
don't know,
think
we
the
don't police
majority
each
of the
other.
people kind
I
of
heard it's
follow
worse
the
when there's, like, a
rules
kid
and they do not
watching
jaywalk. You should
on the
always
other
cross
corner.
where the little traffic light is, and then only when the
Always
When
be a
the
good example
mannequin-
type thing, which is
not
good.
not
Lead
the
by
red
example.
one. And it's
should
not
be
that
tough.
hardly persecuted, but you can actually get fined if you get caught in the act jaywalking. So the police sees you, gets you, and I don't know how much it is, 5, 10, 20 euros, something
10,
like
20
that.
euros.
So you should not.
The cops here
jaywalk
won't get out of
in
the car
Germany.
for less than
Alright, so
$150
those
fine.
were our 16 things that you should not do
ain't
if you
doing
go
it.
to Germany. Let us know in the comments below if you can think about any other things
I have
that
no
you
idea.
shouldn't do in Germany. Also, maybe you've been to Germany and some things
guys got
of these
casinos in
might have
Germany?
happened to you. We would be
Go
curious to
gamble,
hear
play some
about
poker.
that.
As always, thank you so
Slot
much for
machines?
watching,
Yeah,
and
how
we'll see
does
you
that
next
work?
time.